Parents, your support means everything to your athletes and to us at Varsity Media. To help us continue bringing you the best YouTube coverage of high school sports on Long Island, we invite business owners to consider a sponsorship on our broadcasts. If you own a business, consider a sponsorship for your athlete's team. It's a great way to show support, gain visibility, and keep the coverage going strong. Join us in making a difference. Contact Varsity Media today to learn more about broadcast sponsorship opportunities by emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
At St. Francis Heart Center, we're not just regional heart experts. We share our greater success with the world. We don't just pioneer technology. We do it more than anywhere on Greater Long Island. And we don't just win awards. We deliver greater outcomes for people like you. As New York's only specialty designated cardiac center, we're not satisfied with just being good. This is Long Island. This is St. Francis Heart Center. And greater lives here.
It is an overcast 52-degree, feels like 38-degree day here at Holy Trinity High School as the Trinity Titans take on the Kellenberg Firebirds. It's a baseball classic here in the afternoon during the April break. Both of these teams heading in have some unfinished business from last year come playoff time. Trinity and Kellenberg going deep, Trinity going all the way. And we want to give a thank you to our sponsor, Catholic Health, for making this game happen today. Catholic Health sponsoring this game and bringing you April baseball that feels like it might be February. And there you get a look at that Kellenberg team. They're wearing the yellow and white on the Trinity side in their pinstripe. Green is Holy Trinity. And there are the Titans and their coaching staff all bundled up, wearing the camo this time, the coaching staff, and looking pretty slick over there. This afternoon, behind the dish, we've got the umpire, Will Jeffries, and in the field, umpire Frank Lasalo. They'll be bringing us all the action. Jeffries, a veteran umpire, calling the balls and strikes here today. For Kellenberg, coming into this game, they have had a pretty solid season. Last year, they graduated 17 seniors. So this year, Coach said it was an open book coming into the season. However, on this team, they've got 4 D1 and 2 D2 commits. The team ERA right now, 0.75. And in a wood bat league, pretty impressive. Coach said they're figuring out their new identity, but they're back in here, only 2 starters in the same position. They're figuring themselves out, and today's the day that not only they plan on figuring themselves out, but asserting themselves as well. On the other side, let's get to the impact players for Kellenberg. We're going to start there. It's Ryan Langner. That's the leadoff batter, and he is a return from last year, as is Lucas Van Vakitas. Langner, a .227 batting average, table setter, 7 RBIs. He can get on base and he can move. 1 stolen base on the year, but dangerous. And Van Vakitas, .391 batting average. He's got a home run, 6 runs, 6 RBIs, and 1 stolen base. Van Vakitas batting in the 3 hole. And those 2 guys, the veterans of the team, the only 2 coming back and playing in their positions. Langner, a center fielder, Van Vakitas over in right field. And now we're going to take a look at the 2 from Holy Trinity that we're going to keep an eye on today. And names that Holy Trinity relies on, it's Jaden Alvarez. He's got a .261 batting average, 1 home run and 7 RBI on the season. Jaden's batting in the 2 hole today and plays shortstop. Joey Maxwell, a late scratch, .385, 10 runs, 5 RBIs. And Maxwell, their stolen base leader on the team. A late scratch at the moment. They had Maxwell get looked at. He's normally their center fielder. But today, out in center field, is going to be Jonathan Hernandez. He's got a 200 batting average, and he can patrol that outfield pretty well. So Maxwell, a late scratch and a big loss for Trinity in today's game. Going back to Holy Trinity, Dan Luisi, their head coach, he's been 7 seasons there, and he said that this year his team is just off to a good start, looking to buckle things down. They know that they're in for a very stellar pitching matchup here with Kellenberg, who rolls out a lot of solid arms. His team's identity, base to base. Small ball, move the ball around, put pressure on the pitcher, put pressure on the defense. They plan on moving around the bases and not scared to run. They're going to make everybody uncomfortable on the field. So it is Trinity. The Titans taking the field right now. On the mound for them is Victor Acosta, and he is their ace. He's the main guy on the team. And folks, the wind is a-blowing here, and that's why it feels like it's 38 degrees. We're trying to keep all our paperwork in front of us. And there is Victor Acosta, 16 innings pitched, and he's got 27 Ks. He's a right-handed pitcher. Coach said he is one of the best on Long Island, has a fastball topping out between 86 and 89. He has hit 91 miles per hour. His secondary pitch is the slider and the curve. He's got a 2-seamer with a heavy sink. Solid in the playoffs last year and has become a leader on this staff. D1 coaches are watching. And when he's not on the mound, he's also their designated hitter. And he's batting third today. So let's take a look at this Kellenberg batting lineup. Again, the aforementioned Ryan Langner batting leadoff. It's Mario Kasha at first base batting second. Lucas Van Vaquitas batting third. Richie Lavaca, the shortstop, in the cleanup spot today. Jaden Valdez, designated hitter. Nick Conway's playing in left field. Owen Borey, third base, batting seventh. Michael Cotto, their catcher, batting eighth. And Andrew Noe in the 9-hole. He's their second baseman. Now, this is a team that's got some pretty solid on-base hitters in the top 5 spots. And then it thins out a little bit. Noe, though, batting .474, batting at that end of the order. So kind of like having a second leadoff hitter. Acosta taking his warm-up pitches. And his battery mate is Aiden Glenn, wearing number 44. Glenn, a senior. He's committed to Mount St. Vincent. He is the only senior on the team. He took this job as an everyday guy. He had Hepner and Cook last year in that position behind the dish. And now it's Glenn's job. Coach said he's vocal leader, works with the staff really well, and has some pop in his bat. Just got to work on contact. Once he gets that contact number up, expecting some home runs and extra base hits there. So it's going to be Langner digging in and Acosta on the mound. And we're going to start this game. He looks in. Acosta deals. Fastball a little outside, ball 1. So Ryan Langner, batting .208 on the season. He's got a home run. 8 runs scored, 7 ribs. A check swing. Strike 1. 1-1 count. That fastball right down the middle. A big swing and a miss there by Langner. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and Acosta dealing right out of the gate. 3 pitches in, and after that outside, he's been asserting his dominance. Looking for the K, see if he goes with the heat. A little off speed, drops down low. Call ball, 2-2. So again, Langner, the center fielder, smooth center fielder, coming back for Kellenberg, looking to get this thing started. Get on base any which way he can. Oh, and that curve. Oh, and it's called strike. The little delayed strike call there. Acosta knew. But everybody else waited for the umpire, and that's the first K on the board. He'll get one look in. So Acosta opens this up with his first strikeout of the game, and that's going to bring up Mario Kasha, the first baseman, as we get another look here. And the off speed hits that outside corner. Nice job framing the ball there, Aiden Glenn. And he challenges. That one's popped back up and out of play. And it missed the cars in the parking lot. Somebody's happy. So again, it's a windy day here at Trinity. That one, a high strike at the letters. And quickly, it's an 0-2 count. So Acosta doing a nice job dealing right out of the gate here. 5 pitches, and he got Langner on a strikeout. 2 strikes so far here against Kasha. That third one outside, 1-2. It would be smart for Kellenberg to allow him to throw some pitches, get that count up. That's a dribbler over to shortstop. Played nicely by, drop bobbled by Christian Paveda, and that's going to be an error called. Kasha gets on over to first base. So Christian Paveda on the short hop, unable to handle it. And that's going to go down as an E6 in the scorecard, and that's going to put Kasha at first. Kasha with some decent speed. He's got 2 stolen bases on the season. Doesn't want to take the bat out of Lucas Van Vakitas' hands, the right fielder, batting .391. Swing and a miss way over the ball on the breaking ball. It's an 0-1 count. Now pitching out of the stretch. A couple looks over at first base. Kasha hops a big lead, but stays right where he is. It's a 1-1 count. So Acosta, we said earlier, 16 innings pitched thus far. He's got 27 strikeouts. An absolutely incredible pace. That one out in front, Van Vakitas, and it's strike 2. So with a 1-2 count here against Van Vakitas, we'll see if Kasha decides to take a little bit of a stroll down a second and test Glenn's arm early in this one. Short lead. Nothing going, pitch outside. And it counts even at 2. Two count. Runner takes the lead. Acosta deals. That one, strike on the inside corner. And that's the second one down looking so far. Lucas Van Vakitas is going to take a seat. And that's going to bring up Richie Lavaca. Lavaca, the shortstop, batting .412 on the season. He's got the highest, second highest batting average on the team. 2 home runs, got some pop. 10 ribs on the season. So Van Vakitas unable to get Kasha in scoring position. Pitch right down the middle. That's called strike. So Acosta is dealing early. Acosta again pitching out of the stretch, and there goes Kasha. Mishandled, and he's going to get a stolen base. So it looked like perhaps Aiden Glenn was thinking about throwing before catching the ball and mishandled the throw in the transition. And that's going to get Kasha into scoring position and Richie Lavaca a chance to add to that RBI total. It's an 0-2 count. Acosta can care less about the runner at this point. He's in control. And the pitch. That one bounces, but a nice job by Glenn keeping it in front of him. Count goes 1-2. Costa taking a long look in, and Lavaca is going to call time and step out. Not sure if he was trying to wait him out or just play a little head game there. Costa takes a peek back to second. The pitch, it's a dribbler, just short. This time played, throw over to first in time. And that's going to get Trinity out of the inning. 1-0 across. And at the end of half an inning, it's 0-0. We're going to take a break and be back after this.
Latest news in high school sports, be sure to check out varsitymedia.net or follow us on social media at Varsity Media.
Parents, your support means everything to your athletes and to us at Varsity Media. To help us continue bringing you the best YouTube coverage of high school sports on Long Island, we invite business owners to consider a sponsorship on our broadcasts. If you own a business, consider a sponsorship for your athlete's team. It's a great way to show support, gain visibility, and keep the coverage going strong. Join us in making a difference. Contact Varsity Media today to learn more about broadcast sponsorship opportunities by emailing ben@varsitymedia.net. It's time to book a Varsity Media Sportscast and get on the big stage. A Varsity Media Sportscast is seen by thousands of people, both live and on demand, from friends and family all over the world to prospective college coaches. Our announcers will help tell the story of your team and your athletes. There is no bigger stage to be on than Varsity Media. Book a sportscast today by contacting Varsity Media.
And on the mound there for Kellenberg, we got number 7, Kevin Pracio. Pracio's got a 1.56 ERA on the season, a 7.78 whip, and his walk-to-strikeout ratio 3-9. Pracio, part of a staff that's had a tremendous amount of success, and they're counting on him today to go deep. Coach says he doesn't want to go more than 2 pitchers today. If Kevin can get him through the entire thing, he'll be very happy with that. Pracio is committed to Iona, D1, and just a consistent junior. He's got a fastball, slider, and a knuckle drop. Coach said that when he gets that knuckle drop going, it's trouble. He's got a 69% strike rate and throws between 85 and 89 miles an hour. Can't hit 90 on the clock. So Pracio, a junior, but has this veteran presence about him. When he gets out on the mound, his team trusts him to get the job done. Behind the dish is Michael Cotto. Both catchers get their calls from the dugout, so neither one of the catchers call their games, but both of them very trusted with framing the ball and whatnot, and Kasha is going to be going to Malloy. He's a natural second baseman, but Coach said he was humble enough. Oh, correct. Cotto, sorry. He was the first freshman to make varsity. My bad right there. He's a freshman on the team. First freshman to make varsity on Kellenberg, and he's a solid catcher. And he has the best throw down time for any catcher that they've had. The first pitch by Pracio, low strike at the knees, 0-1. So Cotto, just a freshman, and handling a staff with a few veterans. Pracio looks in. That's a pitch right at the belt, strike 2. So he's coming at him right out of the gate. 2 pitches. And we'll see if Christian Paveda can get that bat off the shoulders right now. Paveda about 240, and he's the table setter. Got a swing now, 0-2 count, that one, and it's laced into center field. But underneath it is Ryan Langner, can of corn right there. And it's out number 1. Now let's take a look at Holy Trinity's lineup. They come out with Christian Paveda. And batting in the second hole, shortstop Jaden Alvarez. In the 3 spot, the pitcher Victor Acosta, and you'll see why. In the cleanup spot, Jalen Josie playing left field. Batting 5th, Dom Longardino at first. 6th, Matthew Chiz, the DH. Patrick Anello batting 7th. Aiden Glynn batting 8th. And Jonathan Hernandez in the 9 hole today. Another pitch down the middle, strike. He has thrown 4 strikes in a row. So J.J. Alvarez now looking at 0-1. He's batting .222 on the season. And that's the first ball thrown by Pracio, a little bit high. Finding the plate. Pracio looks in. Fastball up and in, and it's a 2-1 count. So the first two that are balls thrown so far in a row here. Pracio deals. And the shortstop laces one into right field for a base hit. He's going to run through and stay there on first. So the first hit of the game, J.J. Alvarez, the shortstop, over at first base. And now we'll see Pracio pitching out of the stretch. That's now going to bring up the pitcher, Victor Acosta. Victor's batting .345 on the season. He's got 2 dingers, 9 runs scored, 10 RBI. And let's keep an eye on Alvarez. 7 stolen bases on the season. That one's outside. Maybe thinking about Alvarez over there is Pracio. So pitcher on pitcher now. Pracio leans in, looks for the call. The throw over to first, and it goes wild, and that's going to send Alvarez over to second. He's going to turn. He's digging in for 3. And it's going to be a dead ball. So Alvarez is going to have to head back to second base, but you see where his mind is. It's run, run, run. And they did it the easy way, the errant throw. Coach said he's a plus runner. He was the leadoff hitter, but they moved him down to get a little more creative in the middle of the lineup. And the other thing Coach said is that, he's an undersized player, but he is so skilled, he's going to get some looks. Plays a lot bigger than he is. So Alvarez on first. Gets over to second on that wild throw. And it's a 2-out count now to Acosta. Cotto going out to talk to his pitcher. Just calm him down, get on the same page a little bit. Kevin started out throwing nothing but strikes. And now a runner at second, 1 away. The pitch. That one down. 3 balls, no strikes. So after pitching 5 consecutive strikes, it's been a little bit of a roller coaster ride here for Pracio. And the wind is kicking up. It's blowing to the outfield. So the wind's at our back. We're behind home plate. And that one's laced into center field. It's going to drop. Alvarez turning. He holds up at third. The throw a little bit off the mark, so a long single there for Victor Acosta. And J.J. Alvarez held up at third. A little surprise there. It looked like he was going to go. But the third base coach, head coach, Dan Luisi, holding him up. And we'll take a look. That thing scorched into center field. Knew it was going to drop right out of the get. No hesitation by Alvarez. He turns and holds up at third. The throw was off the mark. He would have scored easily. But now runners at the corner. And that's going to bring up Jalen Josie, the left fielder. Jalen batting .355. Way out in front of that one, strike 1. Josie saw those pitches over at first and second. First and third, and got a little in front. That one again, a quick swing over the ball, strike 2. So again, Acosta and Alvarez on the corners. Josie up. He's just got to get that ball in play and off the ground. He strikes out, 3 pitches swinging. And Josie was way out in front on a couple of those pitches, nowhere near it. Pracio buckling down and getting the second out. Take another look at it here. Just a fastball with really nice pitch there by Pracio coming at him. And again, that shows you the kind of confidence that young man has. Not scared to continue to throw fastballs. And now runners on the corner. Just need to get the guy out at the plate. And that guy is Dominic Longardino, the first baseman. He looks at strike one. So Dom, it's a big boy over there for a stocky kid, batting .240. He's got 6 RBI on the season. He's got one staring down at him in scoring position over third in the speedy J.J. Alvarez. It's a swing and a miss. Look at Pracio. This is what he looked like when he began the game. He's at 15 pitches right now. We'll see if Pracio can end this on 16. Not a bad inning. Grounder down to short. The flip over to second. It's an easy flip. Lavaca to Noe, and that's going to end the inning. And at the end of one inning, we are tied at 0. You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, and we'll be back after this.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
At St. Francis Heart Center, we're not just regional heart experts. We share our greater success with the world. We don't just pioneer technology. We do it more than anywhere on Greater Long Island. And we don't just win awards. We deliver greater outcomes for people like you. As New York's only specialty designated cardiac center, we're not satisfied with just being good. This is Long Island. This is St. Francis Heart Center. And greater lives here.
Parents, your support means everything to your athletes and to us at Varsity Media. To help us continue bringing you the best YouTube coverage of high school sports on Long Island, we invite business owners to consider a sponsorship on our broadcasts. If you own a business, consider a sponsorship for your athlete's team. It's a great way to show support, gain visibility, and keep the coverage going strong. Join us in making a difference. Contact Varsity Media today to learn more about broadcast sponsorship opportunities by emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
And we are back here at Holy Trinity, home of the Titans on the Varsity Media Sports Network. And we're going to give you that defensive alignment. That's going to be in and around Victor Acosta on the mound. His battery mate Aiden Glynn behind the dish. At first, Dom Longardino. And going around the horn there, at second base, Christian Pavetta. Jaden Alvarez at short, the hot corner, Patrick Anello. And from left to right, it's Jalen Josie in left field. The smooth fielder, Jonathan Hernandez in center. And in right, Stephen Garneau. Hernandez out in center field for Joey Maxwell, who we talked about before the game. A late scratch and sorely missed in this lineup. Maxwell, a great fielder, great hitter. But let's get to this hitter. It's going to be Mr. Jaden Valdez leading off. And Valdez gets plunked right between the numbers. Not the way Acosta wanted to start. One pitch, and that's going to get Valdez on base. And Valdez right now, 71 hitter. So a guy that you want to challenge. Now the third baseman, Owen Borey, stepping in. That ball low. 1 ball, no strikes. On a day like this, it's definitely going to contribute to the pitcher having difficulty with grip. So we'll see if these two mostly go to the fastballs. Pracio able to leave runners stranded at the corners with his fastball. Acosta throws one. It's a bunt. Dribble over to Acosta. He's choose to go to second. They get the out at second, throw down to first. Not in time, but a sharp move there by Acosta to get the leadoff runner on the bunt. So the sack bunt, not a great one as it rolls straight to Acosta, and Acosta doesn't think about it, turns and gets the out at second. We'll take another look at it. Really sharp play there. So not a great bunt, picks it up on the bounce, and no thought, no hesitation, turns around, gets the out at second. Almost a nice throw down to get the runner at first, but not in time. So Pavetta doing a good job coming off the bag and attempting to get the runner. So we just trade positions. Owen Borey now at first. That's going to bring up catcher Michael Cotto. Correction, Nick Conway, left fielder. One ball, one strike here. Conway batting 167. Throw down to second. Not in time. Oh, it is in time. I don't know if the ball got there in time, but the tag certainly did, and we got it caught stealing against Borey. We'll take another look at it. It looked like the runner beat it, but we'll take another look. Maybe he came off the bag there, but the runner was there before the ball. But a well-placed tag and a good throw down. And that's going to be strike number 3. Nick Conway down looking. And that's going to end the bottom half of the second inning. We are still scoreless here at Holy Trinity. You're watching the Varsity Sports Media Network, and we'll be back after this.
Hey parents, Varsity Media is now offering ISO video of just your athlete. Why settle for the wide angle that shows every player on the field? With our ISO video, your athlete is front and center the entire game. This footage will help in creating highlight videos for college coaches to better pinpoint your athlete's play on the field. Watching our video will help your athlete improve progressively throughout the season and may lead to a college scholarship. Varsity Media is now booking ISO videos for the spring, but spots are limited. Contact us today for lacrosse, baseball, softball, and tennis by calling 516-403-2050 or emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
And we're back here on the Varsity Media Sports Network, and we are now going to give you the defensive alignment for Kellenberg behind pitcher Kevin Pracio. First, you got his battery mate, Michael Cotto, behind the dish. Around the horn from first, it's going to be Mario Kasha. Second base, Andrew Noe. Shortstop, Richie Lavaca. And at the hot corner, Owen Borey. From left to right in the outfield, it's Nick Conway. The smooth center fielder, Ryan Langner. And Lucas Van Vakitas over in right. And talking to head coach Pat Miles, he knows he's got a really solid defense behind his pitcher today. And his pitcher having a little bit of a blip in that first inning, but recovered and did some really nice work to leave runners at first and third. And we're going to be back in action here in the bottom of the second inning. That pitch challenges, hits the inside corner at the knees, strike one. And up at bat right now, you've got the long, lanky Matt Chiz. Chiz batting .600 this year as a designated hitter. That one inside corner, also a strike, and Pracio dealing right now on that inside corner. Nice pitches there. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch out in front, a little dribbler, and it's scooped up by Andrew Noe, who gets the ball over to Kasha. It's going to be out number 1. Write it in the book. It's 4-3. So Andrew Noe getting his first look on that dribbler there, and we've got one away, and that's going to bring up Patrick Anello. Anello, the third baseman. Pracio up to 20 pitches now here in the second inning. That ball low, ball 1. So those of you watching at home, you're getting a treat because it is cold out here today. So you get all the action behind the camera. And our great camera people today, we've got the great Kevin Catalanato and I think a birthday girl. Back at Kazak's, and I'm supposed to sing this game, right, boss? Okay. Pracio dealing to Anello. That one is lofted into right center field. It's going to go deep off the wall. And it's going to be a really, really long single there for Patrick Anello. And folks, you see what Ryan Langner is good at right there. I mean, he played that ball perfectly off of that fence. We'll get another look at it. Just incredible. I mean, this ball is stroked. Now, Anello, not the speediest guy, but he turns and just look at how well that ball is played off the fence. He tripped at first base. I had the coach in front of me. I didn't get to see the slippage, but might have been a play at second regardless. So Anello now over at first. And that's going to bring up Aiden Glenn, the catcher. Wind is certainly kicking up over here. That pitch to Glenn in the dirt, ball one. So this is what happened to Pracio last time. He came out of the gate, just doing a great job. It was an error that got J.J. Alvarez on base. And then Acosta stroked a single. He wound up getting out of trouble. But up to 24 pitches. And you can bet that the Kellenberg staff is keeping an eye on that. They want him to go deep today. They are not looking for a quick few and a high pitch count. Here's Pracio. That pitch in the dirt. And it's now 2 balls, no strikes. Anello taking a moderate lead over at first base. The pitch, and that's down low. It's going to be ball 4. It was a 3-0 count. My apologies. Up game changer's not updating, but it's going to be a walk there, and that's going to move Anello to second. And we got the first walk of the game, 4 pitches. And we're going to have a meeting at the mound. While they have the meeting at the mound, let's talk to you about this Kellenberg staff. So they are led by their head coach. Oh, we're going to get to the flamethrowers. Take a look at these flamethrowers. We've got Kevin Pracio. He's a D1 pitcher. He's committed to Iona. Eric Ressinger, D2, going to Adelphi. We might see Eric today. He's the other guy on slate. And then you've got Big Jack Durso, who's committed to the University of Miami, and Joe Demos, who's committed to SUNY Maritime. That's 4 of the big guys. And they can throw heat. The plan is Pracio to Ressinger today. And there he is, Pracio. He pitched himself out of a jam in the first and looking to do the same here today. Manager, head coach of this team, Pat Miles, 17 years in the game, 6th on varsity. He played at Malloy, third baseman. He's a Kellenberg alum. And Coach Miles has quite the staff with him. He's got Matt Prokopitz, the all-time hits leader at Hofstra University. He was an all-state player for Massapequa. Was a head coach at St. Dom's and then head over to Kellenberg. And then Connor Powers, 2013 grad, played at the University of Albany, D1 outfielder. And Derek Fedor, CW post pitcher. And then you got Jamie Lowe, big home skip, 67 years old, New York Tech CW post. So quite the staff there to work with this Kellenberg team. A lot of baseball talent and pedigree. And they're hoping now that Pracio can get himself out of trouble here. Runners on first and second, that one high. Control, a little bit of an issue. It could be the temperature of today's game. But Pracio now up to 29 pitches, and we've only got 1 out here. The batter is the center fielder, Jonathan Hernandez. Again, he's in for Maxwell today. He's got runners on first and second. That one a strike, looking. Hernandez batting 200. He does have 6 runs scored and 3 RBIs and an opportunity here. You got to like that take there. Make Pracio throw strikes. He's been struggling doing it so far. This one, right down the middle. And we've got a full count. Pracio digs in. Runners at first and second. One out, so runners don't have to go. That one's high, and we've got another walk. Back-to-back walks, and the bases are juiced. That's going to move Anello to third. Glenn over to second. Hernandez now on first, and we're back to the top of the order for Christian Poveda. Poveda got under one in the first inning and flew out to center field. If he could do that again, that'll get one run in. J.J. Alvarez was stranded on third in the first inning. There was a ball that was hit to center field that he probably would have scored on, but went a little conservative and held him up. But now a chance to get on the scoreboard. Kellenberg looking for a double play. That ball called at the letters for a strike. Looking. If Pracio can get a field for it right now, you'd probably like to see a little off-speed stuff, maybe pitch him down in the zone, try to force that ground ball to get that play at the plate, or even better, the double play. We got a timeout called. There's the pitch. That one outside. That one's high. It's another ball. Pracio's up to 35 pitches here in the second inning. And you got to wonder how long the leash is going to be. He's got to work some magic here. Got himself out of a jam first and third in that first inning. Now here we are in the top of the second, and strike route down the middle. Poveda looking all the way there. He's, again, 0 for 1 on the day. Did put one in the outfield that would score a run if he can connect again, get under one. Pracio looking to get himself out of his second jam of the day. That's a check swing, and it's going to be strike 3. So now with 2 outs, Pracio has a chance to get himself out of trouble. And get another look at that pitch there, and he goes with the heat. High in the zone, a little bit of a check, bottom falls out. And that's going to bring up J.J. Alvarez. Alvarez got a single. Reached second on an error. And that one's high in the sky. It's out to left field. Nick Conway underneath it. And he gets him out of trouble. Pracio, bases loaded, gets out of trouble again. He's had 5 base runners on in 2 innings, but nothing across, and that's all that matters on the scoreboard, folks. You're watching it all here on the Varsity Media Sports Network, and we'll be back.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
At Catholic Health, when we see our island, we see extraordinary life. The most extraordinary of which is you. It's because our Catholic faith places the highest value on people, all people. It's the inspiration for our exceptional medical care with unmatched compassion. And it's why at Catholic Health you're more than a patient. You're someone's family, best friend, and a neighbor to us all. Long live Long Island.
we're back here at Holy Trinity, bringing you baseball courtesy of Catholic Health. And it is a 0-0 game. Trinity getting quite a few runners on base, but nothing crossing the most important one. And now Victor Acosta back up on the mound, up against the number 8 hitter, catcher Michael Cotto. Cotto strokes one into left field. A nice hit there. And that's going to be a base hit. Cotto's going to turn and wisely stay at first, but the leadoff runner on, one pitch and one on. And we're going to get a pinch runner here for Cotto. Checking in is Carson Fessler. So Fessler is going to check in and run for Cotto, the catcher. Designated runner there, and that's going to bring up Andrew Noe. Noe having a good season so far with the stick. He's going to line up to bunt, pulls that one back. Noe batting .474. He's got 8 stolen bases if he can get on base, so he's got some wheels. 11 runs, 5 RBI, so as much as that bunt may be to move the runner, enough speed to possibly get on that one high. 2 balls. Acosta up to 27 pitches so far. He's been pretty economic. The pitch, that one's high. That's going to be ball 3. So again, the speedy Carson Fessler over at first base running for Cotto. And that one right down the middle, looking all the way, was Noe. 3 balls and a strike. Folks, on our screen, you can see those flags blowing across the street. It is windy here. That one high, and that's going to be a walk. And the number 9 hitter now is going to head on over to first base. Cotto on second, and Acosta working now with a runner in scoring position. 2 on, and that's going to bring up the lefty, Ryan Langner, the center fielder. He struck out looking in his first at bat. No outs. He looks to bunt, pulls back. The runners go, and it's going to be a double steal on a pass ball. And that is big, as both runners now in scoring position. The empty base at first. And that's a tough break there for Aiden Glenn. And that's the second time that a runner went on Glenn, where he might have been thinking throw before catch, and it cost Trinity. But a chance for the pitcher now to pick up his catcher. That one outside. Runner's going to come home. We got to play at the plate. No. Both runners advance on the pass ball. And that's now 3 pass balls. So Glenn struggling with catching Acosta at the moment, and now costing them a run. No outs, runner at third. That one's ripped foul down the right field line. Two balls and a strike. Acosta up to 34 pitches. So he was wheeling and dealing over there, but a couple of pass balls this inning now, and Trinity finds himself down 1-0. Stranding the runner at third in the first and second inning. So the count goes even at 2-2. Langner, no out, runner at third. And he swings through that one. The heat there by Acosta gets Langner striking out swinging this time, and that's going to bring up Mario Kasha. So Kasha just going to look to make some contact, try to get that other run in. And we'll get another look at that. Out of the stretch, big kick. And the heat. Nice pitch there by Acosta. And a first strike pitch there. Mario Kasha. Kasha, big righty. Again, on the season, Kasha batting .391. He is a contact guy. And that's all he needs to do. Make contact, hit it to the right side of the field to try to get it into the air. And we've got a 2-0 game. That one on the inside corner, strike 2. Kasha a little disappointed with either himself or the call there. But either way, 2 strikes. The look in and the pitch to Kasha, that's fouled back. Pitch to Kasha, pops it up and out of play, and keeps himself alive, and now got Acosta up to his 40th pitch. So good job here by Kasha to work the count. Runner at third, 1 away. That one's popped up, might be enough for the tag. It's caught, runner's gonna go. The throw to the plate to Beauty, in time, out at the plate. What a throw. A little conversation, but the out is an out. So the pop up to right field and a gun from Stephen Garneau. Look at that throw. And a beauty. The tag applied by Glenn, and they get out of it. So a couple pass balls and an unearned run. It's 1-0 in favor of Kellenberg. Trinity looking to even up the score in the third. We'll be back right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
He's got room to go. Merrill towards the end zone. Lost his lid. Touchdown!
JJ Damo, face on, stay on athlete. Controlling the face-off. That's 3 in a row now.
You are watching the Varsity Media Sports Network. We're here at Holy Trinity, and quite the game. I mean, it's a cold, windy day, but these teams managing to generate some base runners. Trinity, the first one to get one across, and that inning ended in an exciting way. We'll take a look here. Garner catches that ball. Look at the 2-step quick release, and he throws a bullet to home plate. No cutoff man necessary. Glenn applies the tag and gets the out at the plate, but what a way to end it. Getting the pinch runner, Carson Fessler, at the plate to limit it now to a 1-run game. Easily could have been 2-0 there. Heck of a throw by Garneau. And that's why he's in the game. You know, he doesn't get a chance to bat. He's got the designated hitter there for him. But what a defensive play. And we're going to be back at this now. Trinity has had runners on base. Runners on the corner in the first, bases loaded in the second, but unable to convert. And Victor Acosta now looking to help his own cause. The pitcher 1 for 1 on the day. He had a single and was the one left at first. That's a ball called at the knees. So Pracio doing a little bit of a Houdini out there and getting himself out of trouble twice. Looking to stay out. That's a strike called at the knees. Acosta tried selling it as ball 4, but no go. It's going to be 3-1. That one right down the middle, and the count goes full. So we mentioned it a little earlier, Pracio, part of the solid Kellenberg staff. That one, ball 4, Acosta running before they even had a chance to make the call. So Acosta's going to take the walk and head on over to first. Kevin Pracio committed to Iona, D1. And then you got Eric Ressinger, who's going to be the other pitcher to get in here today if needed. Pracio getting that pitch count up a little bit. That ball low. Ressinger, the lefty. And he goes through a 65 to 70% strike rate. So similar stuff to Pracio, but from a different angle. So we'll see if Ressinger gets in here. Pracio right now dealing. Bottom of the third. His team leading 1-0. Victor Acosta down at first. There's a strike on the outside corner. A nice pitch there. Last time Jalen Josie was up, he was just a little itchy with the trigger finger there, swinging at everything and a little out in front. He struck out on 3 pitches swinging. This time he gets under one, fouls that back, and we got a 2-2 count. Josie's got some pop in the bat, 2 home runs on the year, leads the team in runs, 11. He's got 12 RBI, batting .355. That's why he's the cleanup hitter. He's got Acosta at first. And that one is ripped. And it's going to go to the wall. Josie's on his horse. He's going to go to second. Acosta at third, throwing to second, not in time, bounces around. Acosta thinks different, stays there. And that's what Josie can do. He hit that one really hard out into right field. Turned that corner without thinking. Got over to second base, and now runners on second and third. This time, no outs. We'll get another look at it here. Stroke to right field. And then once it was fair, they knew it was going to roll to the wall. Nice play out there, but not enough as Josie slides into second base. That throw stayed in front of the runner. So no advancement there, but almost a chance to score. Looked like Andrew Noe just knocked that ball down, kept it in front of him. But now with no outs, runners on second and third. Pracio's really got to pitch himself out of some trouble here. Strike 1, he's done that 2 innings in a row. Now with no outs, 2 in scoring position. Pracio, that thing's popped up. May or may not be deep enough. Should be deep enough. Langner underneath it. Runner's going to tag. And both of them will get in there successful. Mark that a sac fly. And this game is tied. So Josie's going to advance to third. Acosta scores. And we've got a 1-1 ball game. Langner doing a good job getting under it. Knew they had nothing. Hit the cut. 1-1. 1 away. And you take a look here. That throw to the cutoff man. The tag in time. Both runners leaving. And Trinity, small ball in it, getting that run across. And now here comes Matt Chiz. Chiz 0 for 1 on the day. Grounded out to second base in his last at bat. Ground out to second. Might get the runner across this time. That one's popped up. And way out of play. Pitch to Chiz. That one way high. And we've got a 2-1 count. So Chiz looking to just get something up in the air, a hit to the right side of the field. Try to get the second run across. Big swing and a miss there. Nice pitch, the high strike, this time in the zone. Gets Chiz swinging. So Chiz just looking to get that runner across. 1 out. And that's a strikeout looking. And exactly what Pracio does. He has continued to get himself out of trouble over and over again. They just needed contact. He gets the strikeout looking. And he can't give Pracio too many opportunities. Take a look here. That one right in the breadbasket, right down the middle there at the belt. Tried selling it by saying it was inside, but no go. That one outside, nice job by Cotto keeping the ball in front of him. Here's Patanello, apparently nicknamed the Muffin Man, as they sing to him. And that's stroked into center field. Has a chance of dropping, and it's a beautiful catch out there by Ryan Langner. A Gold Glove effort. Call it Andy Van Slyke, whoever you like out there in center. What a catch by Langner to end the inning. And we'll get another look at it here. Anello strokes one, had a chance to drop, and Langner sliding in. What a grab. And that's going to end the third inning. And Pracio's going to tip his hat to his center fielder, Ryan Langner. It's 1-1. You're watching all the action here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. We'll be back.
This is Doc Goody, and you're watching Varsity Media.
Parents, your support means everything to your athletes and to us at Varsity Media. To help us continue bringing you the best YouTube coverage of high school sports on Long Island, we invite business owners to consider a sponsorship on our broadcasts. If you own a business, consider a sponsorship for your athlete's team. It's a great way to show support, gain visibility, and keep the coverage going strong. Join us in making a difference. Contact Varsity Media today to learn more about broadcast sponsorship opportunities by emailing ben@varsitymedia.net. It's time to book a Varsity Media Sportscast and get on the big stage. A Varsity Media Sportscast is seen by thousands of people, both live and on demand, from friends and family all over the world to prospective college coaches. Our announcers will help tell the story of your team and your athletes. There is no bigger stage to be on than Varsity Media. Book a sportscast today by contacting Varsity Media.
And we are back here. You're watching the Varsity Sports Media Network. And what a way to end the last two half innings. A throw out at the plate and a gorgeous catch by Ryan Langner. The outfielders magic today. Stephen Garneau making that big throw out and right. Langner making the beautiful catch in center for Kellenberg. And that's going to put Acosta back up. He throws one high and inside. It's going to be ball one. But the defense on display, and again, talking to both coaches, that was something they said they expected. They've got some solid defenders out in the outfield. Mentioned in the pregame show. This one lofted out to right field. And foul. Long fly ball. It's Lucas Van Vakitas up. He struck out looking last time. Van Vakitas, one of the few returning players from last year's team. and he is quite the ball player. Coach says he's got a really unorthodox swing, but he's got speed. He knows how to get on base and has a great arm. And he's thinking about doing a little JUCO run in North Carolina. See what happens with Lucas. That one's outside. So here in the 4th inning, Acosta, that one low. That's his 45th pitch of the game. Acosta deals. Swing and a miss there. And for the 2nd time, Van Vaquitas goes down with a K, this time swinging. You got to tip your hat to Acosta there, challenging him with that fastball. And here's another look. Shaking off the sign, agrees with it. And look at that smooth delivery. Nice follow through, and he is stoked. Big yes when you get that strikeout swinging. Looking is fun, but when you get him swinging, there's something about it. Gets that pitcher stoked. That's going to bring up Richie Lavaca. Lavaca, the shortstop. 0 for 1 on the day. He grounded out. This one ripped right at the shortstop. One hopper. The throw over to first. Nice scoop over at first in time. So it's J.J. Alvarez over to Dom Lagardino. And Lagardino doing a real nice job scooping that one out. Both ends of the ball. Looked like Alvarez might have been able to catch it, but gets the short hop. Delivers over to first in time. And a heck of a play. We'll take another look. Ball drops just at the last second there. Alvarez, boop, scoop, and the throw. Nice job defensively on both with the short hops. And we've got a little officials timeout on the field here. All right, and we're going to give you our schedule on the Sportscast. Take a look at this. Lots of lacrosse. We got Spalding and St. Anthony's on the 17th, 12:30 start on the break. Manhasset, Cold Spring Harbor girls lacrosse on the 17th at 1 p.m. The 17th, busy day. 5 p.m., stay with us for Massapequa East Ice Slip. And then we have boys lacrosse next week on the 22nd, Cold Spring Harbor and Wantor. Syosset and Farmingdale at 5 p.m. on the 22nd. And on the 24th, Chaminade St. Anthony's Catholic School duel at 4:30 p.m. But now we're back to some baseball. Might feel like lacrosse weather, but it is baseball season. There's a strike right down the middle. Nice pitch there by Acosta. Pitch in. We've got 2 away here. And it's Jaden Valdez. Oh, a nice pitch right down the middle. And that's going to be strike 3 looking. And Valdez just froze on that one. What a beautiful pitch there. Acosta wheeling and dealing now. 52 pitches. And at the end of 3.5, we're tied at 1. Kellenberg getting on the field. Trinity up at bat. You're watching it on the Varsity Media Sports Network, and we'll be back.
All the latest Varsity Media updates, including our game schedules, be sure to follow us on social media at Varsity Media, the home for New York high school sports.
Hey parents, Varsity Media is now offering ISO video of just your athlete. Why settle for the wide angle that shows every player on the field? With our ISO video, your athlete is front and center the entire game. This footage will help in creating highlight videos for college coaches to better pinpoint your athlete's play on the field. Watching our video will help your athlete improve progressively throughout the season and may lead to a college scholarship. Varsity Media is now booking ISO videos for the spring, but spots are limited. Contact us today for lacrosse, baseball, softball, and tennis by calling 516-403-2050 or emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
And back out on the mound, Kevin Pracio. Pracio pitching into the fourth inning here, and he's had runners on base quite a few times. Only one run got across. 3 strikeouts through 3. His counterpart giving up 1 unearned, Victor Acosta. He's got 6 Ks in 4 innings. So Victor is dealing over there right now. And just the unearned run right now as the tally against his mark. We're on the Trinity side right now. They've got to settle in and start getting these runners across. They left runners stranded first and third in the first. Bases loaded in the second. Got 1 across, but stranded a runner at third. So they have had a runner at third base stranded 3 consecutive innings. Aiden Glenn, in his first at bat, walked in the second inning. Made it on over to second, and he was stranded in that bases loaded. Glenn would love to get on base and get across the plate. A few passed balls in this game that led to the unearned run, but Glenn normally steady-handed, just, you know, Kellenberg putting some pressure on with running. Pracio, that one gets away from Cotto. No harm, no foul. And foul tipped, but gets away from Cotto, so it's going to remain 2 strikes. We got a real feel of 33 degrees here, overcast. And we just can't get out of April. Long Island's been suffering during April. At least it's dry, but it is still cold. That one bounced way out in front. Not quite sure if that was a breaking ball that went awry or what, but that thing skipped about a foot in front of home plate. Cotto holding on to it. Pracio, ground ball, looks like it's going to get in the gap past a sliding Richie Lavaca. And how about Aiden Glenn getting on base? A heck of an effort there by Lavaca. He was diving just out of his reach. Might even got the glove on it. And that would have been a sensational defensive play. Lavaca ranging to his left, but the ball squirts through and Glenn on. And we're going to get a pinch runner for Glenn. So over at first base, Prince running for Glenn is Christian Balk. I'm sorry, he's wearing number 42. We got him 20 on our roster, so I had to get a little thing there. And Balcom's going to run, delayed, and they got him. Balcom hesitated. He thought that the bunt was going to go down, kind of a delayed steal, but then just got caught. And he's thrown out, and it's that hesitation that cost him. A nice tag there, and he was out. That one got him. But it's that hesitation on the run there kind of caught in between on the failed sack bunt attempt. So that's going to go down as a caught stealing. Balcom. So they pinch run for Glenn, and when you got a pinch runner, you can't get caught in between. You got to make that decision and go. And it was that brief hesitation after the failed sack bunt that got him out. And right now, Trinity, a little bit of their own worst enemy on the base paths. And they're playing the small ball that Coach Luisi wants them to play. They've been getting on base, they're moving. But Pracio, again, doing his best. Houdini continues to get out of death-defying trap after trap. That one's high. So Jonathan Hernandez, the center fielder today, playing for Joey Maxwell. He walked in his first at bat. And he's going to strike out looking. So Pracio just continues to do magic tricks to move these innings along. You know, Maxwell, the junior, was supposed to start in center field. Late scratch there. And we'll get a look here as the breaking ball. Boom, drops in. So Maxwell would have been batting at the top of the order. And he's one of those guys that gets on base. He was a transfer from Plain Edge. And Hernandez gets a call. He has a dribbler over to Lavaca. Lavaca over to first. A nice scoop by Mario Kasha. And gets Christian Paveda out. Mark that in your book. 6-3. And that's going to be the third out of the inning. Nothing down, nothing across. And at the end of 4, it is tied at 1. You're watching the action here. Sports Varsity Media Network. We'll be back.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
At St. Francis Heart Center, we're not just regional heart experts. We share our greater success with the world. We don't just pioneer technology. We do it more than anywhere on Greater Long Island. And we don't just win awards. We deliver greater outcomes for people like you. As New York's only specialty designated cardiac center, we're not satisfied with just being good. This is Long Island. This is St. Francis Heart Center. And greater lives here.
Parents, your support means everything to your athletes and to us at Varsity Media. To help us continue bringing you the best YouTube coverage of high school sports on Long Island, we invite business owners to consider a sponsorship on our broadcasts. If you own a business, consider a sponsorship for your athlete's team. It's a great way to show support, gain visibility, and keep the coverage going strong. Join us in making a difference. Contact Varsity Media today to learn more about broadcast sponsorship opportunities by emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear camera lady at third base, Becca Kazaks. Happy birthday to you. There she is with the wave. Becca finally hitting her 21st birthday. Freezing on her birthday, part of a doubleheader for her today. Producing a lacrosse game earlier. And now here at third base, no other place she'd rather be on her birthday. And this one's popped up to right field. Under it is Garneau. He makes the catch, nice and easy. And that's out number 1. Owen Borey retired. So, folks, you can book a broadcast, and I'm available for birthday parties. Oh, speaking of it, the Varsity Media Sportscast, you can keep fans, family, and alumni connected. You can email Ben at varsitymedia.net or call at 516-433-2050. 403-2050. I think, did I get that right? Thank you. 2050, easy to remember. All right, I got to pay attention, it's getting cold. So here we are now, it's Nick Conway, the left fielder. Nick struck out looking last time. Acosta has been very economic so far with the pitches. He's at his 59th, I believe. And he's moving along, doing a good job. Pracio, a little bit of a higher pitch count, keeps getting out of trouble repeatedly. Acosta keeping him off the bases, but we're tied at 1. That one roped down the third baseline. And Becca got a souvenir for her birthday. Good job by Coach Pat Miles ducking out of that way. So here's Conway. 2 balls and a strike. And that's going to even the count at 2. Acosta shaking off the call, then he deals, and a high heat. He gets the K. That's strikeout number 7 for Acosta. Second time he got Conway today. 1 looking and 1 swinging. That's going to bring up the catcher. Oh. Let's get a replay on this one. Take a look. High heat. What a beauty. When you change the sight line like that, it's not easy. Here's Michael Cotto. Cotto got on a single, stole a base, and eventually came around to score. It was a pass ball that got him around the horn. 2 pass balls. And right now, Cotto, the only one to get a hit off of Acosta, and the only one to score. So you heard that right, a series of errors and a hit by pitch, but only a 1-hitter so far for Acosta. That one, a pretty one right down the middle, cold strike. That one is ripped down the third base line. He's going to turn. Could be extra. He's going to hold up. Cotto with his second hit of the game, and only 2 hits against Acosta, and it's Cotto that's got his number. And they're going to pinch run for Cotto. It's going to be Carson Fessler again. Take another look here. The inside-out swing goes the opposite way, stays fair. And Cotto, 2 for 2, the only 2 hits against Acosta. And Fessler's going to run again. Fessler faked the steal. Glenn was up on it, ready to throw. No, he walked early. The throw to first, it's going to go wild. It's the second time he's going to advance on a poor throw over. And now runner on second. So the pickoff goes errant, and now a runner in scoring position again. And other than the hits, it's been a series of some fielding gaffes that have gotten the runners around the horn. Fessler doing a little dance, either to stay warm or mess with Acosta, but he's not rattled. He throws a strike to Andrew Noe. Fifth inning. We're tied at 1 out, runner on. Acosta, the ground ball to second base, and it's mishandled, and that might allow the runner to score. Fessler's gonna come home, and again, an unearned run. Kellenberg takes the lead. And that's going to go down as an E4. Noe's going to get on base. We'll take another look here. Ball's hit to Poveda, and he had his head up looking to throw before he fielded the ball. And unfortunately now for Acosta, he finds himself in the hole again and hasn't given up an earned run yet. Noe on first with speed. He's got 8 stolen bases on the season. He'll cause fits out on the base paths. Acosta throws over, this one handled. Longardino is going to throw back, but you can bet Noe is at least going to put it in the back of Acosta's head that he's going to go, which is going to help Ryan Langner out. Langner struck out twice, looking and swinging. A nice lead there for Noe. Kind of looks like Mookie Wilson with those hands dangling. 2 hops and he stays. Swing and a miss by Langner. Swing like that, you got to wonder if Langner's seeing the ball very well today. Again, he struck out looking, struck out swinging, and Acosta just got him looking a little off balance. Acosta steps off. And that's going to be a strike out looking. And that's the 3rd time that Langner goes down with a K. Acosta gives them a come on man, 73 pitches so far. And it's the top of the 5th. Ends 2-1 though. Kellenberg gets 1 across. You're watching everything here on the Varsity Sports Media Network, and we'll be back after these words.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network.
Parents, your support means everything to your athletes and to us at Varsity Media. To help us continue bringing you the best YouTube coverage of high school sports on Long Island, we invite business owners to consider a sponsorship on our broadcasts. If you own a business, consider a sponsorship for your athlete's team. It's a great way to show support, gain visibility, and keep the coverage going strong. Join us in making a difference. Contact Varsity Media today to learn more about broadcast sponsorship opportunities by emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
We are back here at Holy Trinity, and we're going to tell you now, parents, Varsity Media is now offering close-up video of just your athlete. The film pinpoints your son or daughter's play, helps them improve throughout the season, and makes for a better recruiting video. Included in our ISO video, we'll post highlights of your athlete on our social media with over 70,000 followers. Spots are limited, so reach out today at 516-403-2050. That's 516-403-2050, or email jeff@varsitymedia.net for that ISO video. It doesn't get better than that. And we are back in action here. It's Kevin Prasio still up on the mound. He's now at 73 pitches, 74. This will be a 75th pitch, and it is roped into center field. Langner can't get a read on it. It goes to the fence, and it's going to be a stand-up double to lead off the inning. A nice hit there, stroked out to center field by Alvarez. Langner looked like he was getting under it, but then the ball just kept tailing, and that could be a result of the wind. And look at him on his horse out of the gate. is Jaden Alvarez. Alvarez turns, and even at second, decides he's going to round it. But it's a stand-up two as that ball just continued to float out there over the head of Langner. And Langner's as good as you get out there in center field. So you can tell the wind might be playing tricks. Now Victor Acosta up at bat. Acosta a single and a walk, on base twice, and has a chance to pick up his team and get a run across. So a running and scoring position again with no outs for Trinity. They've had trouble converting. Only one across so far. And again, runners stranded at third in the first 3 innings. Bases loaded in the second. Last inning a little better for Pracio. One runner did get on, but a caught stealing. A K and a ground out got him out of that. That one just a little bit inside. Call for a ball. And we'll take a look there in the bullpen. And we've got Evan Williams up and pitching. Williams wasn't on the docket today, but see what happens. Pracio swinging a miss there, Acosta. Really nice pitch. Bottom fell out on that one. And this is what Pracio's been doing, giving some different looks. He's been challenging most of the hitters with that fastball. Hit it if you can, but that time bottom fell out on Acosta. And he has a dribble it is short. It's going to get through the hole, and that means Alvarez is going to turn. He's going to come home. The plate, not even close, cut off. So Acosta helps out his own cause. He's got an RBI single. And put another run on the board for Jaden Alvarez. We're tied up at 2. Acosta doing it on the bump and at the plate. And we're going to get another look at that as Kellenberg visits the mound. That thing is laced right through the gap between second and third. And look at Alvarez go. The cutoff grabs it. No problem. Keep Acosta over at first, and there'll be a conversation at the mound now. And this conversation is pretty simple. It's not a strategy. It's what do you got left in the tank, kid? And you can see Pracio talking it over, saying he's okay, giving the head nod. But at this stage of the game, he's had 80 pitches, almost up against the big 100. I can't imagine them giving him more than this batter if he gets on. There's no outs, runner at first. Strategy simple. Jalen Josie struck out in the first on 3 pitches, but then he roped a double, got stranded at third. He can hit for power, keep the ball low in the strike zone, and try to elicit a ground ball. And that he does, but this one's popped up. And an easy catch out there in left field for Nick Conway. Out number 1. So not what Josie wanted to do there. Got up underneath it. And one of the things that you see with Josie swinging, he did in the first at bat, he gets out in front a little bit. He gets anxious, and those off speeds get him out in front. Pop that one up. But he did smash one in the 3rd inning. Oh, the sun came out. Look at that. Just went up about 15 degrees. Nice pitch there down the middle, challenging Dominic Langardino. Langardino grounded out in the first and had a sac fly in the 3rd. The lone RBI up until that point. Acosta taking a big lead over at first and then runs it back. Pitch was in the dirt. Langardino, again, 240 on the season. That one's in the dirt, kept out in front. Nice job there. Langardino, just a sophomore. He is a transfer from East Meadow High School. And Coach said he's a physical bopper type. made a big jump to the everyday first baseman, and, you know, working on that offense. When you jump into that position every day, you know, you're very concentrated, locked in on getting the defense going, and then once you get everything all around, you're ready to hit. Baseball, a very psychological game. And Langardino doing a yeoman's effort there over at first. Pitch delivered to him. That one is down and out. And I believe it's going to be a 3-1 count. Working off a Game Changer. It's an app that the coaches are using. We got a scoreboard up there as well. But the app, I got to thank both of the coaches. Put me on the Game Changer app. That's how I'm able to keep the pitch count, even though Chris Sweeney does keep pitch count as well. And that's going to be a walk. So I got to think the leash is either done or super short. But I'm going to guess that might have been the last pitch for Brazio. And Coach Pat Miles taking that walk to the mound, and this is probably going to be all we see from Brazio. So what we're going to do is we're going to tally up the numbers. We're going to take a quick break as we have a pitching change. You're watching the Varsity Media Network. We'll be back with a new pitcher after this.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network. Varsity Media is now opening up our schedule to any team looking to be on a sportscast. Watching yourself on camera is okay, but hearing your name on a Varsity Media sportscast is like you're a pro.
And look at this opportunity. Feldman behind. Jersey pulled. Feldman! Feldman!
The loose ball, Keyshawn White has it. He's just going to let it fly. Oh! Keyshawn White from half court. That is cash! What a way to end the third quarter.
Look at this. Merrill. No slide. No problem. Gary Merrill goes top corner.
Varsity Media offers sports coverage for any sport, and our coverage airs live and on demand so everyone can watch the game. Now is the time to be a star on Varsity Media. Contact us to book a sportscast today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is 75,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
So we are back in action here at Holy Trinity. Varsity Media bringing all the action today. And on the bump, we've got a new pitcher. It's number 20, Evan Williams. And Williams not in the plan today, but Brazio got up to 86 pitches thrown, and that was enough with runners on first and second and only one out. His final tally, he went 4.1 innings, had 4 Ks, gave up 7 hits, 4 walks, and only 2 earned runs. Folks, it was a tightrope act the entire game. Brazio kept getting himself out of trouble. But you're talking about 7 hits and 4 walks. That's 11 base runners in 4 innings. 4 Ks, only 2 across. Now, he is responsible for the runners at first and second. You've got Acosta over at second base and Langardino over at first. And those both are the responsibility at the moment of Kevin Brazio as Evan Williams looks to get his teammate out of trouble. That first pitch a little low against Matt Chiz. Again, Matty, the big, lanky designated hitter today, hitting in the place of Garneau, the smooth right fielder. And that one hit foul and out of play. Williams deals to Chiz. 1-1. And that one bounces. The runners are going to stay. Williams checks the runner at second. He delivers. And a swing and a miss to Chiz, strike 2. That pitch to Chiz right down the middle, a pretty one. Strike out looking, his second K looking. And now 2 outs, and Williams, if he can keep this to a 2-run game, I mean, let me tell you, Kellenberg's got to be very happy with the way they've controlled the damage throughout this entire game. Absolutely incredible. Williams deals. That's a strike. So this is Patrick Anello. Anello did have a base hit. He flew out to right field. And a chance here for Williams to get out of this inning. And Trinity's going to shake their heads with the amount of runners that they've left on base today if Williams gets out of this. Runners on first and second. That pitch gets away. Both runners are going to advance. No throw. So mark that down as a wild pitch. Longardino advances, and Acosta advances to third. So that wild pitch puts the runners now 2 in scoring position. 1 ball, 1 strike to Patrick Anello. Has a chance to give the Titans the lead. That one bounces, but nice job by Cotto keeping it in front of him. Two balls, 1 strike. We've got 2 away. It's all 2s. Tied up at 2. The pitch down, and that's going to be ball 3. So we do have an empty bag over at first, and if Anello is to move on, it's going to be up to Aiden Glenn. And Glenn would love nothing more to get up with the bases loaded. So let's see. Glenn might just be in a good spot. Anello keeps that bat on his shoulders. No need. He's going to take the walk, and the bases are juiced now for the catcher, Aiden Glenn. Now it's a big spot here for Glenn, a redemption song. Glenn did walk and get a base hit. He's been on base the 2 times he's been up. He was left at second. He did get caught stealing. Well, he didn't get caught stealing. Glenn does a quick check, and he's ready to roll here. Evan Williams, that pitch right down the middle. Glenn looking all the way. That was one you want to tee up. That was a pretty pitch. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So Evan Williams now batting down the hatches. This might be the second time, if he gets out of this, the second time Trinity left the bases loaded. The 0-2 pitch, Williams. That one's bounced. A nice job by Cotto keeping it in front of him. He's done that a few times. Really solid defensive catcher. So it's a 1-2 count to Glenn. Bases loaded here in the 5th inning. That one's high. And it's deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're tied at 2. Bases loaded. The catcher, Aiden Glenn, has a chance to be a hero here. Get his team out in front. That pitch low, gets away, but the runners wisely stay where they are. Cotto was up quickly with it. A late break for Evan Williams to get to the plate. But Cotto did a really nice job keeping that ball from squirting back to the backstop, and it's a full count now. So this is one of those situations where you're going to see what Evan Williams is made of. High pressure. Full count, bases loaded. Lynn's got to protect the plate. And he swings at one that's low, and it's going to be strike 3 looking, and they leave the bases loaded twice in this game. But not before getting one across. We are tied at 2, and at the end of 5, we're knotted up at 2, Trinity and Kellenberg. You're watching on the Varsity Media Sports Network. We'll be back after this.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
At Catholic Health, when we see our island, we see extraordinary life. The most extraordinary of which is you. It's because our Catholic faith places the highest value on people. All people. It's the inspiration for our exceptional medical care with unmatched compassion. And it's why at Catholic Health you're more than a patient. You're someone's family, best friend, and a neighbor to us all. Long live Long Island.
And we are back here at the Varsity Sports Media Network bringing you baseball today on this chilly afternoon. So chilly, they gift wrap some of the parents. Take a look there. They got their little, I don't know, what do you call those things? A little outhouse type of, well, I hope they're not outhouses. They look warm, though, regardless. And maybe Chris Sweeney is going to find out if they can put a Varsity Media logo on them and get us some. He's doing it? Or is that him? That's probably him. So the fans keep him warm. Good job there by the camera team. But that's the way to do it on a day like this. The wind is kicking up a gale. It is chilly out here. And what else is chilly is this Kellenberg pitching staff. Cold as ice right now. They keep putting these Trinity runners on base and going, nah, not going to score. Playing with fire. Who's not playing with fire is Acosta. He is on fire. He is pitching deep into this game. Bottom of the 5th inning. And he's been in control. Very economic, doing a good job keeping runners off base. As a matter of fact, his only 2 runs unearned. So this is Mario Kasha. He reached on an error and stole a base. And he flew out to center field. There's that sun. And that's going to be a strikeout looking. Acosta keeps on dealing. And he's got 9 strikeouts through 6. A heck of a job today for Costa. And roped up the middle there. It's going to be a base hit. A big turn by Lucas Van Vakitas. And he's got his first knock of the game. Struck out twice, and now he's on first, and he can steal. Van Vakitas got wheels. And here comes Van Vakitas over at first base. And now Anthony Cantara in the game. Cantara pinch hitting for Lavaca. It's Anthony Cantara, the junior. Coach said, you know, a guy that is still working on the batting average. And he's got speed, and he can field. So they're hoping right now that Quintera can get on base or at least get Van Vakitas across. He calls time and steps out. Batter's time. So we'll see how that lines up defensively. It's Richie Lavaca, the shortstop, being pinch hit for. And I don't know if Anthony plays short at all. He's typically out in left field. Oh, a swing and a miss there. Quintera completely fooled. Looks like it was inside, trailing in on him, and just kind of a wild swing. And that is the 10th strikeout for Acosta. He is still finding that plate and pitching with some heat here. That one outside, runner goes, throw down to second, not in time, takes a hop out, but picked up by J.J. Alvarez. So it's a stolen base for Lucas Van Vakitas, and that's what he does. And in a situation like this with Kellenberg, 2 unearned runs, I mean, you might as well run. Hit the bases, try to force mistakes. That's what they've managed to do so far in this game, was capitalize on some errors. Van Vakitas doesn't go. A nice strike at the belt. And Acosta still throwing with heat. Even the way he walked back to the mound, he's showing some moxie. You gotta love it. Confidence of brim. Acosta deals, and that one is hit into right field. It's going. It's on the move back, and it's over the. It's a home run. The wind just took that ball right out over the fence. Jaden Valdez bangs one out of the park over the fence in right field. Sorry about that call. It was hard to see what was going on here. But what a hit. That ball up in the air. And you can take a look. I mean, it just held up and floated and floated. Definitely the wind gave it some help. And right over the Holy Trinity baseball sign out in the fence. He has not given up much, but that one's going to cost. This one knocked in the middle. A really sweet play there by Alvarez. He throws it over to first, but not in time. And that's now Owen Borey over on first, the infield single, legging that out. So Acosta been pitching a fantastic game. You got to hope that he's mentally staying in this one so far. Runner on first, 2 across on that home run. That pitch high. See if Glenn takes a walk out, settle his guy down a little bit. After that home run, Acosta kind of overthrowing the ball a little bit. Throw over to first. But Borey back. Acosta throws over again. No avail. So Acosta, late swing there by Nick Conway. Conway struck out twice so far. One looking, one swinging. Got a 1-1 count right now. Borey over at first. That one's high and outside, ball 2. And to be honest, the other one that Conway swung at was a little high as well. Acosta just looks like he's rearing back and throwing a little bit harder than he should right now. Another one up in the strike zone, but a swing there by Conway, and that's going to be strike 2. 2-2 count, 2 out. That one low and inside, count goes full. So Acosta giving up the first 2 earned runs of the game for him so far. 2 unearned, 4 on the board for Kellenberg. The Firebirds looking to stay on fire. The runner goes, that one high and inside, doesn't matter, and it's a walk. And with that, we're gonna have a walk to the mound to check in on Acosta. And this is really just a checking in on him. He's overthrowing the ball a little bit right now. And that control that he's had throughout the entire game, that home run might have got to him mentally a little bit. But what a sensational game he's played so far. All the damage to that point, again, unearned. And then you get a look. Conversation is like, hey, settle down, kid. This is your game. 2 outs. This is the last inning you're probably going to be in right now. And we're going to get you back. You know, it's the top of the 6th. They got 2 more chances at bat to try to make something happen. So get us out of this inning. We're going to keep your bat in the lineup. Let's see what you can do with Michael Cotto, who has reached twice. The only 2 hits up until this inning have been Cotto's. He's got runners on first and second. Some wheels with Borey over at second, Conway at first. Kellenberg would love nothing more than to extend this lead. Acosta checks the runner. That pitch is low. Ball 1. Trinity team, coach said, just let's do things the right way. We got to play hard and do things the right way. They have one standard that they play at, and they tweak things as the players come through. And Coach Dan Luisi, first a gracious interview. Both coaches really sensational speaking with me and giving me the information. And you can tell the pride that they have in this program. They have a lot of faith in these young men. And Trinity putting together an absolutely sensational season. The last 2 years, they're 10-3 in the playoffs. I mean, they've been a pretty dominant team. Kellenberg, one of those teams that's a bugaboo for them. You know, it's been a competition. They won the States in 2023 and lost in the States in 2024, but found a seat there both times. That one a little bit outside, called the ball. And again, today behind the dish, umpire Will Jeffries doing a heck of a job, really consistent, and that's all you could ask for from an umpire. That one down the middle, it's a strike. And the count goes full. So, with 2 outs, the runners will be in motion. Cotto, 2 for 2 on the day. Wants to get on base any way he can. Runners go. That one's lofted into center field. Should be catchable, and it is underneath it. Jonathan Hernandez makes the catch, gets the out, but not before the big blast by Jaden Valdez, a 2-run bomb out in the right field that puts Kellenberg ahead by a score of 4-2. Folks, you're watching on the NFHS Network. We're going to see how Kellenberg responds after this.
Hey parents, Varsity Media is now offering ISO video of just your athlete. Why settle for the wide angle that shows every player on the field? With our ISO video, your athlete is front and center the entire game. This footage will help in creating highlight videos for college coaches to better pinpoint your athlete's play on the field. Watching our video will help your athlete improve progressively throughout the season and may lead to a college scholarship. Varsity Media is now booking ISO videos for the spring, but spots are limited. Contact us today for lacrosse, baseball, softball, and tennis by calling 516-403-2050 or emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
For the latest news in high school sports, be sure to check out varsitymedia.net or follow us on social media at Varsity Media.
And we are back in action. It's Holy Trinity and Kellenberg. Kellenberg putting up 2 via the home run. And now it's going to be Trinity trying to even the score up. Evan Williams still on the mound. He came in relief of Kevin Prasio and managed to get 2 strikeouts, a walk as well, but got out of that inning with the bases loaded. And now leading off is going to be Jonathan Hernandez here in the 6th. He's 0-1 for 2. He walked in the 2nd inning, struck out looking in the 4th. And now with the sun out, starting to feel a little bit more like a baseball day. As soon as that sun goes back down, though, we're in the tundra in East Meadow. Hicksville. Is it Hicksville? Look at that. Thank you to the producer. My global studies past the Meadowbrook are not great. That one's a strike.
Let's go, Johnny! Hey, John!
That one hit sharply to third. Borey, the throw over to first, a one-hopper. Nice play there by Mario Kasha. And you can put that one down in the book, 5-3. Owen Borey doing a nice job getting it and tossing it over, but a good scoop there by Kasha. The one hop gets the runner, Jonathan Hernandez, and that's going to take us back to the top of the order for Christian Paveda. Paveda 3 at-bats today, flew out to center field, struck out swinging, and a ground out to short. So he's gotten out through the air, on the ground, and via the strikeout, he's due. See if he can get something going here for Trinity. That pitch on the inside by Williams. You got to be impressed so far with Evan Williams. Again, I don't think he was part of the plan today. I think they were looking at Ressinger to come in relief, but Williams stepping in and really doing a great job here. The wind's kicking up again. Paveda, big cut there and a miss. And Paveda, one of those guys with a lot of speed. It's a 2-2 count right now. Williams deals that one high, and the count's going to go full.
Let's go, CP!
So Evan Williams has been featuring that fastball. He's using the inside and outside of the plate pretty well thus far. Full count pitch, and there's a grounder to short. Scooped up, a heck of a play there, but the throw not in time. Tough play, and that's going to get Paveda over to first. Count that one as an infield hit. And now a runner on with only one away.
Hey, Travis!
Heck of a play, throw off the back foot, and just not enough on it to get down there. That pitch is roped into the outfield and over the head of Van Vakitas. And that's going to be at least 2 sliding in. And that's going to put the runners at second and third. J.J. Alvarez, his second double. And now he's 3 for 4. He had a base hit in the first, flew out in the second, and a double in the 5th, and a double in the 6th. And now one thing that Trinity has had difficulty doing is moving those runners. Once they're on base, they are in a big spot now, down to 2 runners in scoring position. They desperately need Acosta just to put the ball in play. So 2 runners in scoring position. Down by 2. Victor Acosta has a chance to get him into that win column. A big swing there and a miss. Victor looking to put one over the wall in retaliation there. But again, the bottom fell out. Evan Williams, a nice job working the bottom of that strike zone. Williams deals. Looked like a little knuckle there. Fell down out of the strike zone. It was looking good. Just kind of bottomed out. We got 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away here. Williams trying to do his best Kevin Pracio impression and get out of trouble here. That one bounces before the plate. And now it's 2-2. First base open. Acosta up. Jalen Josie on deck. And the windup pitch is inside. Count goes full. So Williams got out in front. It was 1 ball and 2 strikes, and now the count is full. And a big chance for Victor Acosta to get himself over and maybe get a knock for Poveda and Alvarez. Alvarez at second, Poveda over at third. That one bounces, and it's going to take a walk. Cotto, again, doing a good job keeping that ball out in front of him. He has done a great job. Williams has bounced a few. And they're going to stick with him with the bases loaded here. 1 out. Try to keep the ball low in the strike zone here for Jalen Josie. Jalen struck out, smashed a big double, and popped out. And he has been out in front of the balls a little bit today. Everything up in the air. Again, a little bit out in front on that one, and a swing through. The tip back, strike 1. For Williams right now, it's location, location, location. If he can get control of that off speed and not bounce him, that's the pitch you want against Josie. Try to catch him off balance, maybe get into a ground ball. You got to play at the plate or over at first. The sun definitely affecting things now. There's the bouncer. That's tough. When you go to the off speed, bouncing them can get you in big trouble, especially with the bases loaded and only 1 out. Everybody on the right side of the field shielding their eyes over at first and right field. Sun in and out. The pitch. Oh, and there's that breaking ball we're talking about. It fell out. And Josie has trouble with him. Now, this is a kid who's capable of some big hits. 355, 2 dingers on the season. He can run too. But so far today, when Kellenberg throws in the breaking balls, he's having trouble. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There it is. Ooh. That one might have been low. But it's called a ball, and the count even at 2. A 4-2 ball game. Firebirds in front of the Titans. And that's the one. Caught him looking. What a pitch. The breaking ball fools Jalen Josie, and now there's 2 outs. And on the shoulders of big Dom Langardino. In his last at bat, he walked. Take a look at this pitch. Bottom just falls out. Nothing but breaking balls. That's a pretty pitch. Right on the outside corner. Not much that Josie could do with that. A knee buckler. So it was a ground out, a sac fly, and a walk. To 1 ball and no strikes. Nowhere to go. Williams has to try to force him to swing. Bases juiced. And that one a little bit low. Ball 2. There's 2 balls, no strikes to Langardino. Langardino's got a good eye up there. That one's a strike at the knees. Good pitch. Going with the fastball. Dom coming into this game, batting .240 on the season so far. He's got a good eye. Coach wants to see him get that bat off his shoulders too. Take some cuts when they look good. He calls for time and steps out. Deep breath. Assess what's going on. No room for a runner, so Williams wants to keep on pitching strikes. There's another one. Tip back. Count goes even, 2-2. So a couple of games today. We had lacrosse earlier, girls lacrosse, got baseball today, and a full day of lacrosse tomorrow on the Varsity Media Network. Tons of action. It's a busy spring. And that one outside, count goes full. And as the seasons will begin to wrap up, you stick with Varsity Media for the Nassau County playoff picture. Here's Williams. He looks in. And that pitch on the inside corner. It's a strike looking. And a heck of a job. Another tightrope walk by a Kellenberg pitcher. This time it's Evan Williams who strikes out 2 to get out of that inning. Kellenberg still in front, 4-2. You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, and we'll be back after this.
This is Doc Gooden, and you're watching Varsity Media.
Parents, your support means everything to your athletes and to us at Varsity Media. To help us continue bringing you the best YouTube coverage of high school sports on Long Island, we invite business owners to consider a sponsorship on our broadcasts. If you own a business, consider a sponsorship for your athlete's team. It's a great way to show support, gain visibility, and keep the coverage going strong. Join us in making a difference. Contact Varsity Media today to learn more about broadcast sponsorship opportunities by emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
And we are back in action here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. And we've got a pitching change now. And we're going to catch up on the roster here. We don't have a number 7. We're going to find out who he is for you, folks. A couple of the numbers wrong on the roster, but we're getting it all together here as they bring in a new pitcher. Victor Acosta had a heck of a day. He went 6 innings. And we've got Joe LaScala in, wearing number 7. And LaScala is going to take over now. Just change the number here on the roster, and we're all set. So LaScala, tall, lanky right-hander. And LaScala is looking at the University of Bridgeport, is where he's slated to go. And does come out of the bullpen quite a bit. Acosta, just a bulldog today. Had a great job. We're going to come up with his final tally shortly. But 6 innings of work for Acosta. And stepping in now is Andrew Noe. Noe walked in his first at bat, got a stolen base, and then reached on an error in the 5th inning. And that one called a strike. 2-1. LaScala can bring some heat, has some good off-speed work also. Big leg kick. That one high. He really reared back on that one. So for Acosta, he had a final line of 6 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts, 4 runs, only 2 of them earned. Gave up 5 hits, one of them that big 2-run homer in the last inning. And that's the difference right now in the game. Noe's going to walk again for his 2nd time in this game. He is one with some speed. He stole a base in this game. And that stolen base is number 9 for Andrew Noe. So he's definitely a threat on the base path, and that's going to bring up Langner. Langner had a really tough day against Acosta. Struck out 3 times. He's 3 of the 10 strikeouts today. Twice looking, once swinging, but he's got a different look now here against LaScala. That one inside, called strike, 1-1. And the dark cloud starting to roll in a little bit here as the chill kicks back in. That one takes a bounce. And Langner is going to get on with a hit by pitch. Umpire taking a little walk out there to have a conversation with LaScala, not quite sure what. But hands the ball off, and now we got runners at first and second base with Mario Kasha. Kasha reached on an error in the first and stole a base. Flew out to right and struck out looking in his last at bat. So runners on first and second, pitching out of the stretch, looking bunt, and he's going to plunk another batter, and that's going to be Kasha now. Hit by pitch, that's 2 in a row. And things not looking great early out of the gate for Joey LaScala. Bases loaded, 1 walk, 2 hit by pitch. So the infield is going to play in, looking for that play at the plate. It is a force everywhere for Lucas Van Vaquitas. Van Vaquitas got his first hit in the 6th inning. Came around to score on that home run by Jaden Valdez. Van Vaquitas struck out in his 2 prior at-bats. Nice curveball there, falls in, strike one. So Lucas Van Vaquitas, the speedy right fielder, looking to extend this lead. That one outside. Count goes 1-1. So right now you just want Lascala, throw some strikes, give your infield a chance to make a play. Infield is in. They're going to look to go home. No outs. 42 Kellenberg. That's skied to center field. Could be trouble. It's traveling back, and up and over the top of the wall. It's a grand slam for Lucas Van Vaquitas. And that one skied as the wind just took that ball out of the park. It's a walk and two hit by pitches, and Van Vaquitas capitalizes and blows this thing wide open. And we're going to take another look at it. He got under it, and you could see out in center field, Hernandez on his horse trying to get at it, and then boom, right off the top of the fence. It doesn't get any prettier than that. A grand slam in the 7th inning. And it is now 8-4 Firebirds. You got to feel for Victor Acosta at this point. I mean, he pitched a heck of a game, and unfortunately, 2 unearned runs until last inning, where he gave up a 2-run bomb to Jaden Valdez. And now here, Lascala comes in the game, and 3 free passes and a grand slam hit by Lucas Van Vaquitas. That one ripped foul down the third baseline. Who's that camera person over there? Didn't even flinch. Thing was a frozen rope. Cantera up at play. Cantera came in to hit for Lavaca in the 6th inning. He struck out. Right now it's a 2-2 count. And Cantera looking to get on base for the first time today. Swing and a miss, strikeout looking. His 2nd K of the game, and Lascala gets the first out here in the 7th inning. So stepping in now is Jaden Valdez. Valdez hit by a pitch in the 2nd. He was stranded over at second base. Struck out looking in the 4th and hit a 2-run bomb in the 6th inning to right field. And in a similar fashion to the one Van Vaquitas hit, it was one of those ones that was skied. And then either the wind or something in Mother Nature just let that ball travel. Van Vaquitas is homer to dead center, and a shot and a half that was. So here's Jaden Valdez. 2 ribbies on the day. Long look in and the pitch, and nice heat there. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So that's 2 Ks in a row. So finding his control now. Lascala really dealing. Pitching some heat. And he had a tough start to the inning. Again, you know, walked the first batter, hit 2. And then the grand slam. And then 2 strikeouts. And just looking overpowering that ball down low. This is Owen Borey. Borey had a sac bunt that was unsuccessful, and they got caught stealing in the 2nd inning. Flew out to right, and then had a base hit and was stranded at second last inning. That base hit following the Valdez homer. Swing and a miss there. And when Lascala's on, he looks just overpowering. He really has a nice fastball if he can keep it in the zone. And the breaking stuff was a little off the mark in the beginning, but starting to settle in. Cold day, might take time to warm up, and those quick bullpen sessions, not always easy. That one fouled back, and the count's going to remain 2-2. Long look in from Lascala. He pitches. And that one's going to fall in. It's a strikeout looking. So Lascala does strike out the side. 2 swinging, 1 looking, but not before a big grand slam by Lucas Van Vaquitas. It is 8-2 Firebirds, and the Titans got one more chance to try to get back in this game. You're watching it all here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. We'll be back.
This is Doc Gooden, and you're watching Varsity Media.
Parents, your support means everything to your athletes and to us at Varsity Media. To help us continue bringing you the best YouTube coverage of high school sports on Long Island, we invite business owners to consider a sponsorship on our broadcasts. If you own a business, consider a sponsorship for your athlete's team. It's a great way to show support, gain visibility, and keep the coverage going strong. Join us in making a difference. Contact Varsity Media today to learn more about broadcast sponsorship opportunities by emailing ben@varsitymedia.net. It's time to book a Varsity Media Sportscast and get on the big stage. A Varsity Media Sportscast is seen by thousands of people, both live and on demand, from friends and family all over the world to prospective college coaches. Our announcers will help tell the story of your team and your athletes. There is no bigger stage to be on than Varsity Media. Book a sportscast today by contacting Varsity Media.
And we are back in action. It could possibly be the 7th and final inning here at Holy Trinity. Kellenberg staying in front most of the day. They've done it in a couple of unorthodox ways. They had 2 unearned runs early on against Victor Acosta, and then home runs in consecutive innings. A 2-run blast by Valdez, and then a grand slam by Lucas Van Vaquitas in the last inning, and it's now the Firebirds up 8-4. Evan Williams coming in relief of Kevin Pracio, and he has been doing pretty well. Again, walking that tightrope, putting guys on base, but getting out of trouble. And in 1 2/3 innings work, he's got 4 Ks. And right now, we've got Christian Balcom in the game. He's batting for Matt Chiz. Kevin was in as a pinch runner earlier, got caught stealing, but now gets a chance to bat. Williams bounces that one. He's been prone to the bouncer today. Off-speed stuff coming up a little short sometimes, and 3 balls and no strikes. Now, he's working with a big cushion right now, but you don't want to see him get a little too comfortable. Sometimes pitchers get into those zones where they feel the end is near. And then things like that, 4 pitches, 4 balls, and now you put a speedster up on first base, and that's how rallies start. So you got to hope that Williams can settle in. The last thing Coach Pat Miles wants to do is go to the bullpen one more time. When he has control of the off-speed stuff, he's effective. But now you got Patrick Anello up, and if you're going to keep the off-speed down in the zone, you got to make sure you're not bouncing him and try to elicit that ground ball. And it's going to be a grounder to short. The toss over to second, on over to first, not in time. But a good job there by Lavaca, flipping it over to Noe to get the lead runner but not in time to Kasha. So the lead runner out, got a runner at first, one away, and here's Aiden Glenn. Aiden having a pretty good day at the plate. He walked, got a base hit, was caught. Well, he wasn't. Balcom was caught stealing, and he struck out in his last at bat. But a runner at first here, looking to try to start some kind of rally. And Williams' job, throw strikes. Keep it simple, kid. That one down, runner goes, and it's going to be a stolen base. Cotto couldn't come up with it quick enough. And Anello has a stolen base and runner in scoring position. Makes sense at this stage of the game. Be a little aggressive. Try to force the issue. But now no force at second. First base empty. Glenn, a big cut there. And a strike. I believe the count is 1-1. Scoreboard not up to date. That one down and out. 2 balls, 1 strike. So Glenn trying to get this rally going. His team down by 6 in the final inning. Williams, nice pitch. That one is skied out to right field. Lucas Van Vakitis gives chase, makes that catch, tagging up at third. Heck of a catch there by Van Vakitis. Looked like he lost it in the sky as the wind started to blow it out, but a nice catch there. And that's going to advance Anello to third base. And Trinity down to their final out. Runner on third. And it's up to Jonathan Hernandez to try to keep this game going. Hernandez walked in the second, struck out looking in the fourth, grounded out in the sixth. Hernandez in there for Joey Maxwell. And he's got a chance. Nice pitch right down the middle there. Evan Williams challenging Hernandez. Forcing Hernandez to try to get that bat off his shoulder here. And that's all Williams has to do. That's his job now. Just pitch strikes. You're in the driver's seat. That one high and inside. Ball 2, 2-1 count. Hernandez back in. Williams gets the sign. He deals. That one just a little bit low. Ball 3. Three 3-1 count. Runner at third. Williams trying to put this thing away. And that one's hit to short. Richie Lavaca throw over to first in time, and that's going to be out number 3. It's the big home run by Alvarez. By Valdez that put the team up, and a grand slam by Lucas Van Vakitis that made the score 8-2. Folks, a good day of baseball here at Holy Trinity. Kellenberg, final score 8-2. The winning pitcher for today is Evan Williams. And don't forget, you're watching it all here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. For executive producer Ben Turchin, our technical director Christopher Sweeney, and our wonderful camera operators Kevin Catalanato and the birthday girl Becca Kazaks, I'm Robert Anderson. Thanks for joining us here this afternoon. Lots more sports tomorrow, so tune in to the Varsity Media Sports Network. Thanks for joining us.